Welcome back to the Austin Young Show, and this is officially the show with the most anxiety ever. Guys, you just heard my new intro song from my guest today, Tony. Tony, two knives in these streets.
Yeah, in the streets.
Yeah, but guys, before we get to it, we're going to go to kind of a new one. This is Captive by the Fullstops. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Austin Young Show, guys. That was the Fullstops Captive. I am sat here with the amazing, talented drummer from that band and pretty much every drummer in every ska band in DFW.
Yeah,
Tony Two Knives.
It's either me or Will, Holophonics drummer. Both of us are in every ska band around here.
No, not a lot of people know that the Holophonics are. I mean, they keep saying that they're from New York, but they're fucking Dallas.
Yeah, they're Denton.
They're Denton.
Yeah, they're a Denton band.
But like for you, okay, so let's just say it this way. You are a ska head that's always been in ska.
Yeah.
How
That's fair.
the fuck how did you keep defending the genre when it was at its lowest point?
I didn't. I just went with the crowd and I was like, yeah, fuck, this music does suck. You guys are right. I've been wasting my time. That's the shortest XLR cable I've ever seen in my life.
It's adorable, isn't it? I'm too cheap to go get a regular size XLR
it's really cool.
cable.
I'm going to wheel way the hell over here just to make you jealous.
Yeah. Oh, now I've got cable envy.
No, I don't. At your own house. I never defended ska or anything because I would tell people I like ska and they're like, it sucks. I'm like, yeah, that's fair. And just kind of went with it.
But like, so your original band was, did you drum with Rude King first or did you drum with the Brokes first?
I drummed with the Brokes first. Actually, Rude King was kind of the reason that we all started like playing music in public. Because we were playing in a garage for a while and then the Toasters came to town. We're like, oh, let's go check out the show. And there was a local ska band opening up, and it was Rude King. And after we saw them, we're like, oh shit, this is possible. We could be out here, doing our thing. Not on the same level, obviously, but yeah, Rude King was kind of like our big inspiration.
That's and I do have to say it's funny because I've told you this before, but Monkey Sphere and Rude King kind of like made me feel accepted in Dallas.
Right.
Like when I first moved here, I didn't really see much of a scene, but then I stumbled across y'all at, I think it was still LaGrange maybe at that point.
R.I.P.
But yeah, R.I.P. Well, I mean, it turned into something even better, I think. But
right.
Yeah, but like to me, you guys, I probably would have given up on the Dallas music scene if it wouldn't have been for y'all.
Yeah, cool. Well, you're welcome.
So you're known for being a dick. How does that make you feel? How does your wife put up with you?
Yeah, like a likable dick, though. I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's chaos around our house, and our daughter is exactly like me, so she gets it from both sides, and it's just that poor woman.
Well, that song that you thank you, by the way, the greatest intro song ever. That was Tony Two Knives' creation along with the Fullstops or the Brokes?
Fullstops.
Fullstops, nice. Ooh, even better.
Yeah.
A band that's still active.
Yeah. Hey, the Brokes have one show this year.
But didn't you say that you're, hey, that's impressive. We're only 2 months in, so good job.
Yeah, that's true.
But like,
yeah, you got to be relevant. You got to like when this episode's coming out. We might not be 2 months in by the time you finally edit this and put it out.
But like, so the Fullstops, and your kid actually had something to do with that theme song too.
The other theme song, I don't know. Are you playing that on this episode?
Hell so. Yeah! Next commercial break, I'm playing that as an intro.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah. My daughter was screaming at our cat in that one. So you're welcome, America.
And that cat was. I wanted nothing more than to pet this fucking cat the other night when I was over at your house, and you're like, "Don't do it. You'll get drawn blood. It's the most evil cat." That thing seemed like the sweetest thing ever.
Yeah, he's really sweet to me. But yeah, to go from your house where you have an animal that only wants to be all up in your face to a cat that wants nothing to do with you.
Yeah, my dog's a little like kind of like Harvey Weinstein a little bit. She's just gonna force herself in no matter what. But How did you come up with that? Like, because I was listening to it and it gave me like old school Nickelodeon MTV like kind of segue vibes.
Honestly, I was trying to make something annoying. I was just sitting in my bed like trying to be annoying, and my daughter couldn't stop laughing because I'm an idiot, making all the noises with my mouth. But yeah, I don't know. How do I come up with anything? Who knows?
Well, do you remember the first thing one of the first things you ever said to me?
No.
I'm in the back at Three Links and I'm trying to introduce myself to him, and he looks at me and he goes, "Your voice sounds like it hurts." I'm not gonna lie, I spun on that for like 3 days, and I was like, "Fuck that guy."
I felt bad for it.
Now we're friends.
Immediately after I said it, I felt bad because it wasn't like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense." Somebody, that's a weird way to put that. It was just like silence. Oh, okay. I'm like, fuck, I shouldn't have said that. My bad, dude.
But it's like funny. It's funny to me because you are known for being like the dry humor, cynical one out of everyone, and it's fucking hilarious. Now, your brother, Jay, is in the band Boof, but he's also in the Brokes with you as well.
That's correct.
How did y'all get into music? What was your like intro into that growing up together?
Yeah, we're only 2 years apart. So like the whole time growing up was like he had his music and I had my music, and he would get mad at me for stealing his System of a Down CD or whatever. And it
was called Steal This Album for a reason, man.
we weren't allowed to listen to the same thing because it wasn't cool. And then I don't know. I was about 18, and he had already been playing a little music with our bass player, and I was like, "Let me play drums for you." And he told me if you could play this, it was a supervillain song. Get Out the Way is the song, but he's like, if you could play drums like this, then you can come jam with us. And I listened to it and I played it, and then boom, the rest was history. We just started jamming after that.
How'd you get into drums? Was that like school, or was that just
Nah, he played guitar, and I thought it was cool to like be a musician or whatever. So I told my mom, like, I think I want to play drums, and she was like, yeah, you better fucking think again. We're not putting a drum set in my house. I'm not doing that shit.
That's every parent, man.
Yeah,
like,
and then
would you rather have learned to play acoustic guitar instead?
Yeah, exactly. Wouldn't you like some bongos?
Here's a Dave Matthews CD. Get into that.
Oh God, yeah. Thank God she wasn't like that. But anyway, I told my granddad that mom said no, and he was like, "Fuck that. We're buying you a drum set." And he actually set it up in his bedroom, like, let me learn how to play in there, just playing by ear. That's kind of how it's always been.
Was it Scott first, or were you listening to more punk or metal or something at that point? Or
yeah, I guess like a lot of my friends were listening to like Green Day and shit like that. So I was trying to play like Green Day, and I don't know, it never really clicked. It was too fast, I guess. I just could never get a hold of it. And then I heard Sublime, and I was like, I want to play like this guy. So that Sublime Buds playing was really what sent me down the path of, I don't know, the music I play now.
Fascinating.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever. Thanks Sublime.
We're about to go to a break real quick, but everybody, we're gonna play "Super Fly Girl" by the Brokes. What is this song about, dude?
I don't know. You have to get Zeke on here. Is that fool would write lyrics about the weirdest shit? I think it was a song about like a superhero that her power was love.
Are the Brokes actually broken up?
Broken up. I don't know. Who knows? We play shows. We're like, we're not playing shows ever again. And then a good friend of ours will be like, hey, will you come play my birthday show? And like, hell yeah, we'll play your birthday show.
You've legit had like more reunions than the fucking Rolling Stones at this point. Like, you guys are the reunion no one asked for.
Yeah, exactly. You keep having farewell tours, and people will keep wanting to show up. So,
and when we come back, we'll talk about the evolution of y'all, because you went from like a horn band to basically like a 3-piece California ska punk band, which is kind of awesome the last time I saw y'all. But guys, real quick, this is Super Fly Girl by the Brokes. Pick it up, Dallas. All right, guys, that was Down in Deep Ellum by Rude King, and before that was Low Tide by Jeffboy Zen, and then Super Fly Girl by the Brokes. So, do you know who this Jeffboy Zen is?
They call him Tony Two Knives in the streets.
Okay, we keep saying that. You got to tell the story about the pastor the other day.
Oh my God.
Come on, man.
Is that podcast material? Actually, yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking
Am
hilarious.
I allowed to tell that? Yeah, I don't know, man. My daughter goes to a school with a bunch of really religious parents, and I had to go to like a dinner with them, and I tried my best to not talk to any of them. But one of them like latched onto me for some reason, and he saw my 2 knife tattoos on my pinkies, and he's like, "Oh, what those 2 knives on your pinky indicate?" And I was like, "Yeah, they call me Tony 2 Knives in the streets." And I forgot that this guy has never met me before and doesn't know my sense of humor, and I never smiled about it or anything, so he had no idea that I was joking, and it made the dinner really uncomfortable. Not more uncomfortable than when he prayed for me at the end, but we don't have to talk about that.
So like he legit came up to you and like, was it like a hold hand style pray, and like he's looking deeply
What did he
into your
do?
eyes?
I kind of feel like he put his hand on my shoulder type situation, but
Shoulder or thigh?
inner thigh. My shoulder is located on my cock.
So you grew up Catholic. Were you touched by a priest?
Am I allowed to say cock on this podcast?
Fuck yeah.
All right, sick.
Big old donkey cock.
Am I allowed to make fun of banks on this podcast?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I was trying to make you uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
Well, you said we were going to talk about something. The horns, the lack of horns.
Yeah. So like basically the Brokes have evolved, and the first time I saw y'all, you were a horn band. That's why I didn't recognize you when I kept seeing you, because like I thought you were like a full ska like horn band, and then recently you guys have turned into more of a kind of like sublime kind of reggae punk ska.
Yeah,
band.
I choose to call it like Op Ivy. We tried to go the Op Ivy route, but yeah, horn players, it's just too much shit, man. Especially it's too much shit with any giant band like that, trying to get everybody on the same page, and usually it's just one guy who's in charge of wrangling all the cats, and for some reason I was in charge. I was the band dad, and it was just too much of a fucking nightmare. Try to get everybody together. So,
but like, how do you guys feel that the music has evolved? Do you actually prefer being a 3-piece now that it's kind of more laid back and relax?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because like I mean, when you get too many people, it's hard to get everybody like on the same page, and like especially when you're playing to be rushing a song or playing it too slow or whatever. Especially horn players, because a lot of them like learned how to play in a very structured way, so to just come in and kind of like freestyle shit is not easy. So now that we're down to just a 4-piece band, we can say, hey, let's play this song, so 10 BPMs faster or whatever.
It's Zeke, Jay, you, and Chris. Yeah. I was trying to look at the sign. But then you guys haven't released anything since 2015. When did the band actually start?
Probably 2014, maybe a little bit of 13. Like, I don't know. Me and Jay and Chris have been playing, like I said, since I was like 18. And it was mostly like playing in a kitchen, drinking on Saturdays, and then I don't know, decided to take it more serious and find somebody who could sing. And then that's when Zeke came along. That was probably 2013.
Well, have you guys thought that now this has been out now for exactly almost February 28, 2015 was when this was
shit, that's crazy.
So 10 years that Brewing Co. has been out.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday to the Brokes Brewing Co.
Well, wait a minute. Okay, so this EP came out in 2015. So
according to Bandcamp,
we were playing together like quite a bit longer before this came out. So it might have even been like 2012.
My question is, on the 10-year anniversary of this, are we getting any new Brokes music?
No, we're gonna play a show though, and then we're
gonna play all 5 songs from this and be done.
Yeah, exactly. And then not do a fucking thing again until 2026. Yeah, we're talking about doing a live album.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, who cares? Who cares? We don't want to go through all this shit.
Do you know who oddly
such
where
a pain in the ass.
A great amount of local band live albums come from? The best ones I've heard are from Double Wide for some reason. I don't know what it is. Like, Double Wide's not the best sound for a venue, but for some reason they record really well in there.
Yeah, the guy who did this EP for us, he was too professional, and it doesn't sound like us really. It's too nice and crisp. So a live album is the best route for us. Get that feeling. Party. That's all we ever wanted to do, would be a party band.
Well, do you feel like you've lived up to that, or because now you guys refuse to do any slot but the opener slot?
Yeah.
So have you guys just like, fuck it, I want to open just so I can go get drunk after? And not worry about
absolutely. And I don't give a fuck. We're an opener, and we'll get drunk before. So try us.
The most drunk I've ever seen a band, I think, was Loyal Sally was playing a gig, and it was at Deep Ellum Brewery, and they just kept like giving them like the 10% porter whatever. By the time they went on stage, they were so fucking shit-faced they forgot like half their songs. Like, we're trying to play along, but the crowd was so drunk we all loved it. We were like, great, yeah, we love to watch you fail.
We like to think that people enjoy us getting drunk. I mean, some crazy shit has happened over the years because we were not sober. Whatever. Had a good time.
So have you ever done anyone wrong you want to apologize to?
Fuck no, I don't apologize for a goddamn thing I've ever done in my life.
This is bullshit.
If I did something that you didn't like, you probably deserved it. Fuck off.
But we're, and then in that group we play Brood King. Brood King is kind of, I would say, always been kind of known as the leaders of the ska movement in DFW.
And I take zero credit for that, by the way.
Well, because they formed in Chicago.
Yeah, they formed in Chicago, and they really made it big here with Rob Tovar and Vicky, with Rob playing drums, Vicky on vocals. Whenever he asked me to play, it was very stressful. Because Rob is amazing. Stepping in his shoes was really tough. I don't like playing for Root King because I want to watch Root King whenever they come play. So
how is it playing for John? Is he a perfectionist? Or
absolutely, yeah. I mean, rightfully so, because their music is phenomenal, and all those guys, every one of the guys that are in the band are really talented. And then there's me who just wants to be drunk and party again. So.
But like, you are an amazing musician. If you think about it, you've left your mark on the ska scene for the past 15, 20 years. Like, and then on top of that, you're also an incredible producer with your lo-fi stuff, and you've appeared on radio shows multiple times on KNON with Eric from Kick Push Radio.
Shout out.
Yeah, yeah. We love Eric. Now, my question is, did you set out to kind of become a personality that's known on this scene, or did you it just kind of happened?
Absolutely. I'm an attention whore, so I definitely set out. I wanted to be the guy who walks in at Three Links and everyone's like dapping up, like, hey, Tony's here. And it still kind of isn't that way. I walk into a packed house at Three Links and know like 6 people, think I'm hot shit.
It's like one guy, it's like, hey, what are you doing?
One time they gave me a free drink, and I've never stopped telling people that. Like, yeah, Three Links just gives me whiskey. Yeah, kind of a big deal.
Back in 2008.
Yeah, I leave out the part that it only happened once.
But like, from hanging out with you and becoming friends and everything, I know, like,
we're friends.
Jury's still out. But what I've noticed is like myself, you've told me that you suffer from anxiety.
Yeah.
How does it work being a musician and then also trying to be in the public eye and like stemming that? Because I know half the time I'm panicked, I'm going to say something fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I was at dinner at yours the other night, and I was like, the whole time I'm like, don't say something stupid. Don't say something
I did notice that you were really quiet. Abnormal.
Actually,
quiet.
When I get a little too I do go really quiet.
Was that it? I don't even know what the fuck the question was. What was the question?
Like, so you suffer from anxiety.
Yeah.
So like, how do you balance that? How do you like, what's your trick for getting on stage and kind of pushing through it?
To me, that is like what calms me down. Like, I would rather be somewhere, like surrounded by all my friends and shit, and definitely up on a stage playing music. I don't know, something about that. It just feels like what's right and what's supposed to be happening. When I'm sitting quiet and alone with my thoughts, that's when shit gets dark.
But does that come out in your writing? Like when it gets dark like that, or do you kind of try to push that?
I don't know. It's like once I start playing music or making music or whatever, I don't know. It just that goes away. I don't know.
Because you say you want to be a like party band or whatever like that. We have one in DFW. It's called the Wee Beasties. Now, for me, the Brokes are much more talented songwriters. Like the lyrics are actually like fun but meaningful, whereas no offense to the Wee Beasties, but it's just bullshit party rock.
Yeah.
So like, obviously y'all draw inspiration. You're talented in terms of music. Like that didn't just come out of nowhere. So like, where do you kind of get that drive from?
I have no fucking clue, dude. Whiskey. I get it from whiskey.
You are the only person I know that's like, I'm just gonna have J-Mo neat with the Coke back.
Yeah.
Not a J-Mo and Coke. Just a shot. Like,
No.
I swear to God, half the time I'm like, am I in a fucking Western movie with this guy? Like, what's going on? It's like, I need a shot, please.
Yeah, I usually just walk up and say whiskey, and then it doesn't ever work.
Do you lay a piece of gold down on the table?
Yeah. Woo! Whiskey. I don't know. I don't know what the fucking question was again, but I don't know. I think that Zeke was really he's kind of like the drive in the band because we all kind of play music and it's all right, I guess. But yeah, Zeke is a really talented lyricist because he listens to like a ton of like weird and underground hip hop, so he incorporates that into the music, kind of like Flip. Flip does that too. He's a hip hop head.
I fucking love Flip.
Yeah, I love Flip too.
Although I will say, seeing Set the Tone, their set has tightened up so much over the last year that I will say Flip's musicians are still using music sheets to get through the set. Set the Tone fully off of memory.
I didn't even notice that they were using music sheets. Dorks.
But okay, for you, who do you think right now? Let's expand it because DFW ska scene is not huge anymore. Texas, who do you? I personally think it's Hans Gruber leading the movement right now for ska in Texas. What do you think?
Yeah, Hans Gruber is amazing, and they're definitely as far as like touring bands go. I mean, they're doing the damn thing for sure. But my personal favorite, Young Costello. I love Young Costello, dude. They're so
Eyes Wide
good.
Open is one of the best fucking tracks, man.
Dude, it's amazing, and that dude too is just an insane lyricist, and everything he sings about hits home, and it's like more important now than ever. Like some of the stuff he sings about, it's awesome. I love that band.
Their mic check is Streetlight Manifesto. That's how you know it's going to be a good fucking show.
Yeah, I'll never forget when I saw him. It was at Dr. Jekyll's the first time I ever saw him. And we were outside just hanging out, and they started playing, like, whatever, some ska inside. And my buddy came out, and he was like, you guys have to get inside right now. And I was fucking blown away, dude. Those guys are incredible. No, I don't know. Hans Gruber, Young Costello. They're both Austin or Young Costello, San Antonio?
Yeah, San Antonio, and then Austin for Hans Gruber and the Diehards. Now, who's your least favorite band in DFW?
The Brokes. Now, by the way, speaking of Eric Wilson, we have to bump these numbers up because I hear he has the highest.
He does by a fucking long shot. Like, I've interviewed touring bands. I've interviewed, bands that have been on fucking Letterman and shit. Nowhere near the numbers that Eric from Kick Push Radio brought in. I was like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, he paid somebody off. He has, he's got like,
he's just got it on. He's just got a phone just planted, just repeating the episode every day.
Yeah, exactly. He's got industry plants that are running the numbers up.
Well, what I do want to ask, and I ask every guest, is 15-year-old comes up to you and goes, I want to be the Brokes, which you need higher ambitions. They say, I want to be the Brokes. What's your advice to them?
Don't comes to mind. Aim higher for sure. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would say go for it because or just like find a group of friends. That's what's important is that, like, I know a lot of bands that are really talented, but they don't seem like they're actually friends. And this group, me and Jay and Chris, I've known Jay my whole life, it feels like. But Chris, I've known Chris since I was 11 years old. So like just
that's fucking crazy.
Coming into a band with a bunch of friends like was really helped to, I don't know, make good music and let that kind of show through the music in some ways. Like you can just tell that we're all friends having fun and not taking anything too serious. Don't take it too serious. Chill out. Everybody chill out.
So
flip.
Now, let's talk about Chris, because y'all, like you just said, you all have known each other since 11. You've played in a band together for well over a fucking decade at this point.
We work together.
Oh, yeah, you guys do work together. How are you not fucking sick of each other?
Who said I wasn't? Fuck Chris. I don't know. I mean, neither one of us think too highly of ourselves, or we don't. It's never a competition. It's just like hanging out with two guys who like the same shit. Boyfriend and girlfriend.
La 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 la. But what else do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about Jeffboy Zen.
Jeffboy Zen.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm just kidding. That's all the time we got left.
Thank you, everybody. We'll be. But no, how did you get into making lo-fi beats?
I don't know. I like lo-fi music, so I had like a little MIDI keyboard, and I wanted to see if I could make anything. Actually, Skank and Jay kind of got me into that with what is that, Fruity Loops or whatever.
Oh,
he came over and installed Fruity Loops on my computer and showed me how to work it, and I was like, "That's really cool." And
I thought that was a gay porn site.
Sure, it can be. Sure, sure.
Just featuring local ska musicians.
It's a gay porn website, and all the music is really terrible.
It's a gay porn site for birds.
But yeah, I don't know. Waiting around for other people to get on board and record music wasn't very fun. So I was like, I want to make my own shit and put my own shit out. And then had to come up with a name. So I went with Jeffboy Zen, which is one of the greatest backstories in all of history. I don't know if I told this on Kick Push or not, but
let's get into it.
So when I was like 19 years old, a friend of mine came up and was like, dude, I was in this club last night and I found some guy's wallet and his ID. He looks just fucking like you. And he was like 2 years older than me. So I could be drinking 19, 20, 21, right? That math adds up. And I looked at it, I was like, holy shit, he does look like me. And I did get into bars and I drank off of this guy's ID that we stole. And I hope he never listens to this, but his name was Jeffboy Zen. So Jeffboy Zen. Jeffboy Zen.
I mean, you technically never tried to buy anything on his credit card or anything. So it's not like you stole his ID.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Statute of limitations too, right? I should be good. Hey, this is a long time ago.
We all live by that ye old law. Finders, keepers, losers, weepers.
Yeah, I actually reached out to him, though. I found him on MySpace, and I was like, hey, I told him I was already 21 by that point. I was like, it's a funny story, man. She found your ID and blah, blah, blah. And he messaged me back, and he was like, did you find my credit card and all my cash that I had in there? And I just deleted the message and logged out and never went back again.
Yeah, thanks for the drinks, man. Appreciate it.
So yeah, that's really cool. Come on to the Austin Young Show and admit to identity theft. That's fucking dope, dude.
And we would like to thank our sponsors, LifeLock. Well, before we run out of time and all that kind of stuff, I do want to talk to you about, you are basically prepping your daughter to be the next generation of ska fans.
Oof.
How does she feel about that, or is she just placating to you at this point?
Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot of placating because, I mean, she's a Swiftie. She doesn't have real interest. I've asked her like, oh, do you like this song or do you like this song? She's like, yeah, I like it, but she's never actively disliked something I was playing.
How do you think we make ska cool again for younger audiences?
We have to put it in more popular video games. Because that's where, you know, a lot of people say Tony Hawk was the first time they ever heard ska. So
I mean, that's where that it might have been Basketballs for me.
Oh,
might have been the first time I
was
heard.
Was that Beer, a Real Big Fish? Is that
Take On Me?
Oh, Take On Me.
Yeah, I need to rewatch that show. Have you ever seen their first ever movie? And it was a musical. It was called Cannibal the Musical.
No,
it's literally about a gold mining cannibal. and it's a full musical. It's fucking hilarious. The main song is called Have a Spadoinkle Day.
What the fuck? Where does this conversation go? Put ska in video games.
I mean, you do kind of have some people doing it. Like Jer has put like on a couple of mobile games. He's been able to put some stuff on.
Yeah, actually, speaking of the holophonics, what? What'd you call me?
Did she wake herself up?
I don't know. She's yelling at me over there. Speaking of the holophonics, Eric just put out. He did the whole soundtrack to a circuit like racing video game. That's like a 16-bit racing game. That's all ska music.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. I wish I'd do the name of it because I forgot, but yeah, it's really cool, man. It's just
Ruth loves it.
It's like a 8-bit ska. It's dope.
Now, with the holophonics, like have you ever gotten to play with them or anything like that? What's their backs like? I'm always confused because a lot of people talk about the holophonics, but I really don't.
A lot of people talk about them. Sick, dude. No.
Just the 5 people that bought their last album.
I think Ruth is talking about him right now.
I mean, for me, they're almost like the math rock of the ska scene. Like they've got a weird timing signature. I feel like through a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. That's fair. I don't really know their backstory because I will tell people. They're like, "Oh, what are you doing now?" I'm like, playing drums with the Fullstops." And like, "Oh, I used to." Hey, don't talk to me like that. Here you go. Now that's good podcasting.
It's like when I was interviewing Cayuga and we were just holding microphones up to the cats, like meow, meow, come on, meow.
It's avant-garde. Yeah, I will talk to someone and say, yeah, I'm playing drums with the Fullstops now, and they're like, yeah, I used to play with the Fullstops back in like 2011. Like, what the fuck? So yeah, I guess this band has just been around for. I don't really know the history. Nick knows more about it than I do, but
well, and going to the Fullstops, do you find it like I interviewed the other night from Parts Unknown, and I mentioned that you wanted to know why they stopped playing Ren and Stimpy theme at their shows, and it was amazing like seeing like their faces change when I mentioned you, and it was just like nothing but love and like talking about like, oh, we love Tony, he's a great fucking guy. How does that feel when like people that are like, I know they're not like the biggest band, but they're pretty decent sized now, like how does it feel when people like talk about you as a musician in that way of like nothing but love and all that?
Even with you talking about it right now, it makes me feel wildly uncomfortable, and I definitely feel like I have like imposter syndrome. I shouldn't fucking be here. Like Ben should not know who I am. Like, yeah, I don't know. all these guys are way cooler than I am, and I'm just trying to be like them.
Yeah, Ruth doesn't think you're cool enough to be on here. She's like, can we wrap this fucking interview up? Like, I gotta go and smell some shit.
Yeah, I don't think this podcast is cool enough for me to be on. I thought I was going to be on the Veronica Young show, and I was fully prepared to talk about things that I like and dislike.
Well, Veronica's actually going to come in and record her show now.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can check out Tony on the Veronica Young show. That'll be the new one. Ruth will take his place now. But you guys got a new one coming out by the Fullstops, and I believe this is the first premiere of it on a streaming or on a podcast / radio show. What good?
World exclusive. World exclusive.
What is it?
What good is that? What's good about what good?
Yeah. What good? What good would it do? What good would it do to play this song right now?
But where can people find it? Like where?
Everywhere.
All that.
Yeah, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, whatever the hell. It's everywhere. What is your deal? You got something to say?
Just trying to eat the microphone. Okay, but
do you edit this podcast? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Just take
I'm
that
gonna let this awkwardly all play out. No edits. See how long of pauses there are. But first, before we go, you got to tell a joke.
A joke?
Yeah.
Fuck! You didn't tell me I had to tell a joke.
Nope, we're starting this today.
Shit. Okay. A black guy and a Jewish guy walk into a bar. And that's all the time we have. Oh, fucking joke.
All right. You can find Tony on the Proud Boys website.
Oh, shit.
Guys, this is the Fullstops. What good? Pick it up, Dallas. Well, you did it. You stuck around till the bitter end. If you want to hear more of my beautiful, sexy voice, then go to theaustinyoungshow.com. There you can find links to my social media where you can follow me, write reviews, all that kind of bullshit. Also, wherever you're listening to your podcast, there's a description. There you'll find the list of the band names and songs and where you can follow them. Seriously, go follow all of us. We'd appreciate it.